Oh, for fuck's sake. Here we go again. As we all know, there was a lot of anticipation leading up to the soon to be released Black Myth Wukong. People were losing their minds counting down to this game's release. Me, I am one of those people because, flippin' heck, this game looks visually superb, and who doesn't love a bit of Monkey King mythology? But as that time drew near, controversy reared its ugly head as I expected. I would have put money on the fact that somehow, somewhere, someone would find a reason to diminish this game's soaring popularity. There were rumors of misogyny, translations from Chinese to English being misunderstood and therefore interpreted as sexism and downright evil. Apparently, Game Science rejected paying out 7 million to Sweet Baby We Must Ruin Every Game Inc. And that came with repercussions like said rumors I just mentioned. And now that the review embargo has been lifted, here comes ScreenRant telling us that one of the major reasons why this game is not quite as good as it could have been is the lack of diversity and inclusivity. Fuck me. Even a game based on Chinese mythology is not free from the demands from diversity for modern audiences. Here is a quote I lifted from the review. Playing as a female gamer allowed me to notice issues surrounding inclusion and representation. As far as chapters 1 and 2, while characters are clearly fictitious and fantastical creatures, there were no female or feminine NPCs, enemies, or bosses present. Ugh, give me a break. Why exactly do we feel it is a necessity to include women in everything? Why is this the criteria that determines if a video game is good or not? Why do I care if NPCs are not female or feminine enough? What does their gender have to do with my ability to do battle and keep it moving? If the developers who happen to be male choose to fill their game up with men, why is this an issue? Especially when all the main characters from the book the game is based on are all male. Why do we think we suddenly have this right to dictate to people how they must tell a story? And heaven forbid, if women or a large number of them were included in this game, we would then have to deal with people criticizing them for being too attractive or not true to life or some other bullshit. Why do we have to ruin everything for everyone? There are shitloads of games with female leads or filled with female characters, so it isn't exactly like we are lacking inclusivity in gaming. Where is this rule that states that every single game made has to include women or a diverse cast to be worthy? And correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't a game full of different kinds of mythical creatures and animals as diverse as it comes? I mean, what the heck do they want? If this game was based on African mythology, would this still be an issue? Of course not. We know what would happen there. There seems to be a culture where to include some, others have to be excluded, and then we call that progress. They want everyone from everywhere to be involved in everything, even when it does not make sense. They want to take realism and apply it to escapism so it can be relatable. This game is based on Chinese mythology, not African myth, not English myth, not Greek myth, Chinese. And as such, we have to allow those who know their culture best to do as they see fit. A lack of diversity or inclusivity in this setting should not be a reason to rate a game as less. It is ridiculous and is part of the reason no one is buying into this DEI nonsense that is being forced upon us. I am all for inclusivity if it is called for, but doing shit just for the sake of it to appease a small group of people who would rather complain about everything than see the beauty of what is before them is tiresome. I am sure that this game has some issues, as I can glean from early reviews. I have not played this yet, so I cannot speak on this with any authority. But it is incredibly unfair and just nitpicking to base the success of a game on how predominant females are in the game, or how diverse it is or isn't. It stays true to the spirit of the myth and culture it is based on, at least as far as I know. And in the end, that is what should matter. Our quest for inclusivity should not lead to erasing people's cultures and myths so the rest of the world can feel involved. It is okay to appreciate different things from different parts of the world without seeing yourself within it. With that said, I am out like a light. Peace.